me again. I am making chicken, or breaded chicken tenderloins, which is basically strips, to keep it in layman's terms. And what I'm using is chicken strips. Here you can kind of see the thorn strips, whatever. And then I'm using olive oil again once to do this. You can use vegetable oil if you want, but like I said, I'm trying to use this up because I have a nice large new bottle of olive oil and I kind of want to use it. So use it what I have first. For this one, I am using lemon pepper seasoning, salt, not a lot. And once again, if you are on a diet that requires no salt, leave it out of there. I don't want you hurting yourself internally, that is, from putting some salt on there. So definitely wouldn't recommend it if you cannot have salt in your diet. If you're on a low salt diet, about a pinch of salt would do good, because it's just going to make this flavor stand out more. And then of course I'm using black pepper. Love my black pepper, as you can see. Working on empty on that one. And then for the crumbs, I am using this brand, which I actually like. I do recommend it. However, if you are going to buy these breadcrumbs, I would advise buying the plain flavor. You see where it says Italian style? That means that the breadcrumbs are going to be Italian like flavored. But since I'm using lemon pepper, I figured that'll meld well with that and it'll taste great. So anyways, I'm using the remains of that for this. So once again, before I get started, get your oven nice and hot and ready. Anyways, had a little slight moment there, just thought about that. Get your oven ready to go and start preheating it around 375, 400 degrees. I have mine on 400 because I have fresh cut fries. I made a video on that not too long ago. So back to our chicken. Basically what we're going to do here is pour our oil in. And once again, I'm using olive oil. You can use vegetable oil if you'd like. And 3 hours later, I have to get the lid off. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to pour this in there. Okay. I might as well just use what's left of that because there's not a lot. Alright. So I've got that in there. And I'm going to throw some pepper in there. Not a lot, because I don't want that to overpower the other flavors. I'm using a little bit of salt. Okay. Not a lot came out. I know it looked like I shook a lot in there, but not a lot came out. So that's good. And then I'm going to put my lemon pepper seasoning in. For those of you that don't know already, I don't really measure my seasonings, mainly because most of it does not have salt in it. So I figured if you put a lot in there, it's not going to be hazardous to your health. As for the salt portion, measuring wise, technically I should have gotten at least maybe a teaspoon, maybe half, not even a teaspoon, that's too much. Probably half a teaspoon, quarter of a teaspoon, pinch of salt would have done well, but like I said, I didn't sprinkle that much in there. I kind of eyeball it. And then as far as the pepper, I would do maybe about half a teaspoon of that. Actually, a teaspoon might work. Depends on how much chicken you have too. You have to judge on that. And then what I'm going to do is actually mix this up here. I'm actually getting a wooden spoon because, as you can see, I have fingernails. I don't want that underneath my nails, although I do clean them every day, but still I just don't want it under there. So let me get a spoon real quick. Okay, done and done. Now I'm just going to mix this up here. And if you do use wooden cooking utensils, I know some people are probably like, oh my god, she's using wooden and chicken. Well, there's a good way to sanitize these. I know there's tons of videos posted online about that, so I'm not going to go into detail, but we sanitize ours. It involves soaking it for a while, so I'll probably do that after I'm done. But anyways, I got all my chicken nice, good, and coated. And then now what I'm going to do is actually add my breadcrumbs in. Once again, if you want to measure, that's fine. I would say probably, since I only have about 5 strips, I would use about 1.5 cups of the seasoning. You want to make sure it gets nice, good, and coated, because I'm baking mine. You can fry them if you want, but I'm baking my fries, and I'm baking this as well. And, you know, I enjoyed baked food because the flavors actually, to me, taste a lot better than fried food. So anyways, I'm just going to pour these in because I'm eyeballing it. That's how I cook. Okay, so it looks like that should be enough. You can always go back and add more if you feel like they're not coated well enough. But I just want it more so for the crunchy texture and to add a little bit of extra flavor on top of the seasoning that I already have in there. Okay. So that looks nice and coated. On camera it doesn't look like it so much, but since I'm kind of looking off camera here, it looks pretty good. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could definitely add more breadcrumbs in there. You can even go as far as having a separate bowl and dipping and rolling your breadcrumbs or your chicken strips in there and patting it on there, and that would be good, nice and coated. But I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna go grab a fork. Okay. I don't like that fork. Someone did not wash dishes very well. And again, when you live in a household full of people, it tends to happen sometimes. So now I'm just going to grab it with my fork, stir on my foil. Simple. So while I'm doing this, I guess I'll explain the cooking times. Since you're dealing with chicken, poultry of any type, you don't have to use chicken. You can use whatever meat you want. Please, please, please follow the rules for cooking poultry, which is generally, I think for chicken, 165 degrees internal temperature. I don't know what it is for beef or pork because I don't really eat the two of those. It's not really my thing. Nothing against it, just not for me. But I've definitely, you can just Google it too. Just like Google what's the internal cooking temperature supposed to be for properly cooked, and then whatever your meat is. Google that, and then you can always use meat thermometer. So basically when it's done, you would just stick it in there and wait for it to go up. If you are going to do that, don't touch the thermometer to the actual metal portion because it kind of defaults it and gives you a false reading. So I'm probably going to throw those chicken strips in there since they're relatively thin. They're not too thick. Probably about the time my fries get done. So I would say about 20 minutes or so and it would be done. Wow, just realized I've been holding the camera that way the whole time. I don't know. It's whichever you guys like. Actually, I think it's probably going to come up out upside down. But anyways, once again, enjoy. And I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. I know it's supposed to get a ton of rain, but hey, we need it because we've had a lot of nice weekends. So time to pay our dues. And peace out.